Everybody come see us on tour. We'll be in Columbus, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. So you know this guy, this maniac from the WEF?
Oh, he's the worst.
So listen to what he said
Isn't
about...
he in the original vampire movie?
That is Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
So Nosferatu says this about Donald Trump. Here we go.
You're concerned that Trump might be elected again? Sure.
I think it's very likely. And if it happens, it is likely to be the kind of like the death blow to what remains of the global order.
Yay!
Thank God. Wow. Talk.
Out of the mouths of babes.
That guy needs a...
Boy, you didn't need to give America another reason to vote for him, asshole. So guess what? Guess what happened? Vladimir Putin declared the death of a new world order just 2 days after the election results and a day after Elon Musk's cryptic Novus Ordo Seclorum tweet. Putin says the new world order is a thing of the past. The moment of truth is approaching, and he backs Donald Trump's foreign policy, emphasizing a stance that avoids the use of force. The global order is dead.
Yay! Hooray! Yip, 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 yip.
Not only that, but look at this. Just in, Russian President Putin confirms his readiness to begin negotiations with U.S. President-elect Donald Trump.
Have you ever noticed how Trump sits when he's facing cameras in a seated position?
What's that?
Look, he always sits like that.
Yeah. Donald Trump?
With his diamond over his balls. That is, actually, I don't know if he does it subconsciously, but it's a well-known sort of...
Oh, wow, look at that. It's like he's making his balls look like a heart.
Yeah, well, he's emphasizing his genitalia.
It works. So here is President Putin. He takes Donald Trump's plan to end the war with Ukraine very seriously, and Russia supports it. Let's hear it. Here it is. Here it comes. Is it going to play?
Well, you know, the fact that Mr. Trump, as a presidential candidate, says that he's ready and wants to stop the war in Ukraine, we take that very seriously.
Okay, but not as serious as the family that just bought a house in Poland. I'll tell you that. Come on. I don't know what Trump has planned, but... Okay, so... Guess what else happened? You might like this, Roseanne. Hamas calls for immediate end to the war after Trump election win.
Good.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's good.
So they're willing to work with your boy. Isn't that nice? Here's some more fuckers you don't like.
Oh.
These are this is from the Houthis in Yemen. They said our operation in international waters were purely defensive, and we announced their final cessation.
Wow.
This was right after Trump got elected. This is all happening right after. So this is what we were hoping for in a Trump victory. Well, guess what else? The Xi Jinping, he says, Chinese President Xi Jinping says he is ready to strengthen relations with the United... This is all good fucking news, ladies and gentlemen. This is the opposite of what the mainstream media has been telling us. That Trump is not respected. That Trump, no, people know that the neocon warmongers are Joe Biden and the asshole Anthony Blinken and the pricks that are running things right now, the Victoria Newlands, those
That's right, yeah, you're right.
So all I'm saying is it looks good. Well, now we have to make sure we stay on him because he's indicated that he likes Pompeo again.
No!
Yeah. No! So I just want to show you, here's a speech by J.D. Vance. And can you imagine if a Democrat gave this speech? Here we go. Imagine if Joe Biden said this. Here we go.
We have built a foreign policy of hectoring and moralizing and lecturing countries that don't want anything to do with it. The Chinese have a foreign policy of building roads and bridges and feeding poor people. And I think that we should pursue a foreign policy, a diplomacy of respect and a foreign policy that is not rooted in moralizing. It's rooted in the national interest of this country. Because Ambassador Sullivan is at the lead of moralizing instead of pursuing America's national interest, I object.
So,
we have
boy,
built
I gotta
a foreign
say,
policy of hectoring.
let me just say, that J.D. Vance, weird. So let me ask my panel. Go ahead. So you take it first, Roseanne. Are you encouraged? Are you excited? Did it look? I mean, that's an amazing speech. That should be what every goddamn American politician is saying. And they're trying to make him out to be some kind of fucking maniac because your media is run by the war machine, which is owned by Wall Street, and they don't want shit like that being said. So they got to make him sound weird, and they got to make him look like he's a traitor to our country. When actually the people who are traitors to our country are the people who own the fucking media in this goddamn country, and the people who own both political parties, and this is a breakout from that. And I can honestly and enthusiastically cheer on J.D. Vance with this speech, and I hope more catches on.
Yeah, I really admire him because he comes from, you know, like kind of lower working class, and pulled himself up and made the American dream happen. And,
Appalachians.
you know, it's just fantastic. And they have common sense. That's what's good. You know, they're not bullshit. And you know, they're not trying to pander to, like, you know, they're not pandering to people to get their votes. They're saying what's in our heart and our mind and why we voted the way we did, because we want fucking common sense.
I've been saying,
And we want peace, right? And we want peace and prosperity and all that good shit. We don't want any more of their bullshit. They're all privileged fucking lesbian witches fucking.
I agree completely. You know, I don't know if you noticed, but today Trump put out a bunch of stuff. He put out his 10 points. He put out a free speech panel.
Great.
I am all in Team RFK and Team Musk. I'm very excited about that. Why is he saying so much so fast? Are they worried something's gonna happen to him, and so he's putting it all out there? So
Maybe
he can finish it off if something happens.
I think
days.
so.
That's what worries me.
Well, that would be
He's putting
smart.
so much stuff out. I'm like, oh boy, people are gonna get either overwhelmed by it and push back on him, or maybe they're worried something's gonna happen to him. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they've tried to kill him, you know, if you read here, they've tried to kill him about 15, 20 times. So he's smart to do it. And he got a guy that, you know...
He's like a
back him
regular
up.
Fidel Castro. He can really dodge those assassination attempts. All right.
You know, they tried to kill him in Hawaii when I was over there by blowing up that plane. Remember all that?
No, I don't
People
remember.
don't even know half of it.
No.
Remember they poisoned Melania in Ireland? Anybody remember that?
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit we don't know. And he's smart to get it out there while he can.
So he's just putting it all down, so if something happens to him, people can carry through. Yeah, well.
Do you want to say something, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, 9/11 kind of changed America in the sense that we were loved by everybody. And then after that, the media didn't show us how the world was protesting us going into Iraq. And then since then, you know, when you slaughter 4 million people, there's a karma and spiritual blowback. And we're kind of been feeling it. And why is our military enlistment down? Because people woke up that it's no longer about defending freedom. It's about curb stomping brown people and stealing their resources. People realize that you become stormtroopers. And we don't want that anymore. The world wants America to lead. They just love us. They've always consumed our products, consumed our entertainment, and they want us to be the beacon of freedom. And we lost our way. And people want us to get back to that. They want to get back to love, and that's what I think.
Here, I agree so much with that.
And, well, let me just say that's a great note to end the show on. Did you have a good time tonight? Let me thank my panel, Roseanne Barr, Dr. Drew, Ray DiMatteo, Steph Zamorano, Sam Tripoli. Tell your friends about Rumble Time, and we'll see you in December. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Everybody come see us on tour. We'll be in Columbus, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.